Welcome to this place called Earth and the project, Somatic Inversions, decoding the signals beneath behavior. In this short, the inversion of autonomy, when my body, my choice becomes emotional leverage. Before we begin, take a slow breath and notice what your body does when you hear that sentence. My body, my choice. Does it feel grounded? Or does something tighten as though a truth is being used to hide something else? This sort of inversion is sharp. Autonomy becomes manipulation when choice is used as a shield for emotional extraction. When autonomy becomes a performance, not an embodiment, true autonomy comes from regulation, a grounded, embodied access to sovereignty. But many people use my body, my choice, not from sovereignty, but from panic, survival, dissociation, financial desperation, attachment, wounds, identity collapse, internalized shame, the need for validation, the belief that sexuality is their only currency. They call it empowerment, but their body tells a different story. Autonomy without embodiment becomes performance. And performance is not freedom, it is strategy. Using the body as currency is not empowerment, it's self-objectification. When someone sells access to their body, physically, emotionally, or erotically, and frames it as empowerment, the distortion is not in the action, but in the justification. The self-objectifying person often says, I choose this. It's my body. I'm in control. This is empowering. But beneath the words lives numbness, detachment, survival mode, unresolved trauma, loss of boundaries, identity fragmentation, learned self-disrespect. Using the body as leverage is not autonomy. It is the nervous system reenacting abandonment. Somatic cues that expose the manipulation. When someone weaponizes sexual autonomy for emotional or financial gain, their body leaks the truth through. Over stillness, freeze response, seductive calm masking, internal collapse, eyes that glaze or disconnect mid-conversation, subtle contempt, micro-expressions, when seeking admiration, breath that is shallow but controlled, rapid shifts between vulnerability and hardness, flirtation, layered over numbness, a smile that doesn't reach the eyes, dissociation, masquerading as confidence, a pose rather than presence. The body reveals when the behavior is a strategy, not a choice. Emotional leverage, the hidden manipulation behind the autonomy narrative. It's my choice becomes a moral shield to avoid accountability for emotional extraction, seduction-based manipulation, using desire as power-seeking, financial dependence, destabilizing others with mixed signals, creating emotional debt, exploiting attraction. This is the moral inversion, using empowerment language to justify behavior that is rooted in disempowerment. It's not the action that is unethical, it is the intent underneath it. The nervous system cost to the person doing it. People who use their bodies as a commodity or leverage often pay a heavy somatic price. Chronic dissociation, loss of internal boundaries, reduced interoception, separation from authentic desire, emotional numbness, shame that gets intellectualized, unstable identity, inability to access true pleasure, fragmented sense of self. The body becomes an object to be managed, rather than a self to be lived in. And every transaction reinforces the disconnection. The nervous system cost to the target. The person being manipulated feels confusion, activation that feels like attraction, guilt, or obligation, moral conflict, tension between desire and discomfort, dysregulation, invalidation, early sexualization, attachment, wounds, conditional affection, environments where value equals desirability, enmeshment, exploitation, shame-based upbringing. So they learn, my body is my currency, my worth is transactional, I must perform to be safe, sexuality is my power. Their body senses, this doesn't feel pure, this feels like emotional bait, this feels like an obligation. Their neuroception recognizes the danger long before their mind understands the manipulation. The deeper trauma roots people who use their sexuality as leverage often come from. But these aren't choices. They are inherited survival strategies. The somatic test. Is this empowerment or self-abandonment? Ask. Does my body feel grounded or detached when I make this choice? Am I using my body or listening to it? Do I feel powerful or just not powerless? Does this action reflect my truth or my wounds? Am I seeking autonomy or avoiding vulnerability? Is this desire or dissociation? Your body knows the difference between power and performance, between autonomy and abandonment. So to close this short, autonomy is sacred, but autonomy without embodiment becomes justification. My body, my choice becomes inverted when used to mask, manipulation, emotional extraction, self-objectification, trauma, reenactment, ethical distortion, nervous system, collapse. True autonomy does not exploit the self or others. Empowerment is not what you do with your body. It is the relationship you have with it.